Joshua Hinks Reflective Journal Week 3. On this week, we mainly focused on our two Chicago numbers in the style of Bob Fosse, All That Jazz and Cell Block Tango. On the Monday, which was definitely a highlight day for me, we focused on the choreographing of All That Jazz, and we mainly got most of the dance finished, and then in week 4, we will continue to choreograph. This was definitely a highlight for me because most of us, well, all of us, got to have a hand in choreographing our own individual stuff. So in between each section which our director choreographed for us, we came up with our own Fosse-style movements to fill in any blanks. I've definitely come quite attached to a move called the Pippin, which, if I could demonstrate for you, it is a move that kind of, a leg popped out, arms raised into this kind of position. I've gotten critiques off our director that a lot of my movement comes from the back when it really should come from the knees. So I took that advice on, I put a lot more pressure in my knees and kept them much straighter back in order to create a more smooth transition into this movement. I definitely took that on, we moved on, and I feel very, very happy with it. Also on Monday, I definitely feel overall quite pleased with how the choreographing is going. As I mentioned in previous weeks, this is my style of dance. This is definitely one of my favourite musicals, so I definitely have that fire behind me to push forward in the weeks coming and to put in all my effort. However, on Tuesday, where we were choreographing our Cell Block Tango number, I was a little bit worried because a lot of us weren't really coming up with ideas and there was not a lot of group communication, so I was quite worried that we wouldn't be able to come up with anything. But fortunately, we came up with a little bit of motif and some themes that we could put together to create a slight little opening number. However, I'm still quite worried that not a lot of us will come up with any ideas. So as someone who is experienced with choreographing Fosse numbers, I will definitely try and have a lot more say in what will go on. Obviously, I want to involve everybody's opinions and we will work around them, but I definitely want to move this dance forward. So hopefully in the coming weeks, we will be able to choreograph Cell Block Tango. My action plan for this week and for this week coming, I definitely want to kind of push forward on Cell Block Tango. All That Jazz is pretty much finished. It just needs some, apart from the ending, which we'll choreograph next week, it definitely needs a little bit more polishing, but I'm really going to focus on Cell Block Tango. Using my research that I've gathered, I'm playing the role of Velma Kelly, and she's pretty much like the queen bee in the Cell Block. So I really want to develop my character a lot more and involve a lot of her character traits in my movement. So I've come up with a lot of sultry. Velma is quite a seductive character, so I want to include quite sultry movements, very poised, very elegant, to further my character. So I will continue to develop my character and apply this to the movements. Also, for an action plan, I want to bring forward a lot more movements to the Cell Block Tango number. I've been researching some more Fosse-style movements, so I'll bring them forward to the group by watching different adaptations of Cell Block Tango, including the film and separate other stage versions. So I'd like to take some of their choreography and kind of put my own spin on it in order to create our own Cell Block Tango number. When it comes to our production roles, I've started to develop costume ideas. A lot of Chicago numbers have they usually wear black and it's usually quite see-through and quite risque. So I've come up with some ideas of costume ideas that I will bring forward in my scrapbook. For makeup and hair, I'm pretty much sorted, as Velma is known for having a short bob and typical 1920s makeup, which consists of a black smoky eye and a red lip. I want to develop my signature Velma look while still referring back to what other women have done to her in the past. For lighting, we've not really touched upon it yet, but it's definitely something we can bring forward in the coming weeks. I know that a lot of people do use quite dark lighting, especially red. Red is definitely a Chicago colour, so we're going to try and incorporate that into the performance.